Hello everyone, this is Steve from stevesandella.com. How are you? I'm a little bit sick, got some sinus stuff going on, but I wanted to still make a video because I don't like excuses, excuses. I've had enough of them in my life, and I could very easily say, I don't feel good, I'm not going to make a video today. But that's the old me. The new me says, screw it, let's do it anyway. So I apologize if I sound a little raspy or a little stuffy, but I've been spending a lot of time thinking about mindfulness, meditation, and anxiety. In fact, next month I'm speaking at a conference at a local university, the one that I actually work at, to share how mindfulness and meditation can help with business and with going back to school and just work-life balance, and how it's positively impacted myself and my own life. So I've been thinking a lot about it, and I wanted to come on and share a couple of things with you guys, because it really is the main sort of linchpin that holds the key to overcoming anxiety and learning to overcome your fears, to learn to shape how you think. But a lot of people they hear the words meditation, they hear the words mindfulness, but they don't really know what that means and how it impacts anxiety. So I just wanted to pop on here real quick and do a very sort of top level what it means. So first, meditation. Obviously people talk about meditation all the time. I use meditation every day, which is an amazing thing. What it does when you practice meditation, it's a way of practicing controlling the focus of your thoughts. The misconception with meditation is that it makes your thoughts go quiet, that your thoughts completely leave you. And that's not true. Essentially what happens when you're in a deep meditative state is that you have learned to focus your thinking on something where you can hold that focus. Most of us in our lives, our brains, they kind of jump around, and I've used this term before, and it's a very popular term in Buddhism called the monkey mind, where your thoughts are like a monkey jumping from tree to tree, swinging from branch to branch, and our minds are very much like that. When you practice meditation, what you're doing is you're learning the art of focusing the mind, so that your mind doesn't jump all over the place from thought to thought, and you don't feel as though your thoughts are pulling you along with them. It puts you back in the driver's seat. And it's very difficult to start, but it's like any other practice. I mean, you don't go and decide that you want to, let's say you want to play basketball and you've never played basketball before. You don't go and just join a team and go out there in the middle of a game and expect to start hitting three-pointers. When you learn something for the first time, it feels awkward and it feels uncomfortable. And the exact same thing applies to meditation. Your mind is going to rebel a little bit because your mind has spent years practicing jumping from thought to thought and going down its own path, without any restriction, without any control. And what you're doing is you're finally kind of reining that brain in. So it's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel antsy. You're going to want to get up and move. Your brain is going to throw all of these things at you. It's part of the process. Stick with it. It's worth it, because you're going to learn how to control and focus your thinking. Now, mindfulness, that is an extension of the focus of your mind. When you are mindful, all it means is that you are able to keep the focus of your thoughts on the present moment. So the things that you are doing while you're doing them. In most cases, people, when they're doing something, their mind is kind of off in the future, or it's stuck in the past. And this is where anxiety breeds. When you spend your time worried about something, that worrisome thought is focused on the future. You're worried about something that may or may not happen, not what is currently happening right now. And in most cases, we live in this futuristic setting that we fear for far longer than the thing that we fear actually takes place. If we're afraid of a meeting, let's bring it into context of work. If you're afraid that you're going to have an interaction with a person or you're going to have a meeting, and if that meeting is a 30-minute meeting, I would spend days worrying about that meeting. I would take that 30-minute meeting and make it last 48 hours, because in my mind, I just kept living those 30 minutes, the worst case scenarios, over and over and over again. And what I did was I essentially missed everything I was doing within those 48 hours leading up to that meeting, because my mind was not focused on the present moment. I was not paying attention to the food I was eating or the company that I was keeping, the conversations that I was having with other people. I was not mindful of any of the things that I was doing. Through meditation, I learned to strengthen my ability to focus my thoughts. And then I was able to train that focus onto the present moment. So meditation and mindfulness work together to free you from being dragged down a path of anxiety and fearful thinking. And it allows you to focus more on things that you want to put your attention on, rather than feeling like your brain is forcing you to think about things that you don't want to. Most people that I talk to when it comes to anxiety, they always say the same thing, and I experienced it myself. I can't stop thinking about these things. It's because you're putting your focus on it. And it sounds oversimplified, and I know to say just think of something else. It's incredibly difficult. But the reason it's incredibly difficult is because you have been practicing to allow your brain to dictate where your focus goes. If you start meditating, if you start experiencing the ability to have that control and take some of that control back, you're going to start to build your ability to control that focus. And then once you have that ability, you can then start to use your thoughts, use your emotional state, and create the environment, create the feelings that you want to have when you want to have them. It really is a beautiful tool to develop and to cultivate. But it takes time and it takes practice. That's why it's called a daily practice. You have to do it every day. And the more you do it, the better you get at it, the easier it becomes. And just like how easy it feels like your anxiety comes in and sweeps you away, that's how easy it'll start to become to relax and go down in a better direction, feel less stress. So that is sort of a very basic top-level description of mindfulness and meditation and how they work together to impact and alleviate the symptoms of anxiety, the symptoms of stress, of worry, and of fear. And it really is the cornerstone, the linchpin of all the work that I do in regards to anxiety. It sounds simple, but it takes practice, and you have to be patient with yourself. So those are my thoughts. That's what's running around in my head this morning, other than my head cold, and all the other things that run in my head. If you're interested in connecting with other people who are dealing with a lot of the same things with anxiety, fear, stress, please reach out to the Anxiety Dharma group that I created on Facebook. I would love to have you come in and join. We've got amazing people, and we're helping each other out. We're overcoming a lot of different things, and it's such a great community that we're building, and I'd really love for you to be a part of it. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I really hope that you have. And if you like this video, leave a comment, let me know what you liked, and share it with people. You never know who out there that you know that you're friends with may be struggling with anxiety, and maybe something in this video will start them down a path that they'll start to find relief and get help for what they're dealing with. So until we speak again, I hope you have an amazing day, and we'll talk again soon.